Alrighty guys, welcome back to another Generation Zero video. In this one, it's come to my attention that a fair few people are still pretty unsure about the whole weapon augmentation system and how you actually go about augmenting your weapons. So I thought I'd make a quick little video going over how to do just that. So sit back, relax, and let's jump on into the video. So we're going to be breaking this down into steps so we don't miss anything and you guys don't get too overwhelmed with the information that I'm going to provide and whatnot. So yeah, to start off with guys, you're going to want to either go to a crafting station or simply hit tab and go to the research area. Now by doing this, you'll actually be able to look at all of the weapon augments available to you and also see one, how much they all cost, and two, what challenges you need to do to unlock them. But we'll touch on that in just a moment. Next up, you want to start completing the challenges for the augment that you want to unlock. Now, some of you might have already unlocked a few of these without noticing, as some of the challenges are fairly easy, but others are pretty tedious. So be sure to do your research as to which augment you want to unlock. Now, the challenges themselves usually revolve around the specific augment. So for instance, if you wanted to unlock all of the levels for the Titan Toppler augment, you'll need to destroy 250 harvesters, tanks, wolves, or firebirds in order to fully unlock the weapon augment. So keep this in mind. Now, I know this might sound pretty easy, but it does actually take a fair bit of time as well to destroy that many big machines. So you are going to need to put in the work to unlock most level 3 weapon augments. So now that we've worked out which weapon augment you want to unlock and you've finally finished doing the challenges to unlocking them, now let's talk about the elephant in the room, that being the cost. Now, weapon augments cost a significant amount of resources to apply to your weapons, and I'm talking hundreds, sometimes even thousands of high-end or hard-to-come-by materials. So don't think because you've unlocked the augment doing the challenges that the hard part is over, because it's not. Let's take a look at an example. So for the oversized magazine weapon augment, it will set you back 325 plastic, 250 weapon parts, and 450 cement. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. The plastic and the weapons parts are pretty easy to come by, but when the only place to get cement is from base defense and base assault missions, this becomes pretty tedious. Not to mention the fact that you only get a handful of cement upon completing these base missions, and this is only for a single weapon augment for one weapon. So if you're thinking about applying this to all of your weapons, you best start farming for a few days, lads, because cement don't come easy. Now, personally, I feel like these super expensive augments are the ones that a lot of people use more often because plain and simply, they're better. The more crappy augments require easy to acquire materials just in bigger quantities. Like for instance, one augment requires 1,750 steel, which is a big number, don't get me wrong, but when half the machines in game drop steel every time you destroy them, it makes 1,750 seem like nothing in the long run. And don't worry as well, guys, if you are curious which are the good weapon augments and which aren't so good, I will be doing a weapon augment guide breaking down what each augment does and which are the go-to for your weapons. So, finally, after completing your challenges and grinding for the materials, you can now put an augment on your weapon of choice. For this, you'll have to head over to a crafting table, click on the weapon augments tab, and simply find the augment you wish to bind to your weapon and buy it. Simple as that. Now, real quick, I think it's worth noting that if you can't afford the level 3 augment, but you can buy the first level, when you eventually get enough materials for the last level, it actually subtracts the cost of your first level from the remaining cost of the third. And I know that sounds confusing, sorry. So in other words, if you spend 100 steel on the first level, but the last level costs 1,000, now you only need 900 steel, not the full 1,000, which I think is awesome. Oh, and don't forget that if you want to augment the same weapon, but with a different primary or support augment, it's easier finding a new version of the same gun because it wipes the augment off your weapon and you'll lose literally all the materials you spent like hours grinding for from the first one, making it such a waste to grind for. So literally just get the same weapon and put the new primary on the new support on that one and alternate between the augments as you see fit. So for instance, I used two different types of RPGs. I have two RPGs with two different augments, for instance. One of them is Titan Toppler level 3, which does 20% extra damage to the larger machines. And the other one is Structor Destructor, which it does an extra 100% damage to structures. So I alternate between the one I use in combat and the one I use for base assaults. So something like that. It's just easier than like constantly wiping different augments off your weapons. It's just easier this way, guys. You'll thank me in the long run because you'd waste so much materials doing it the other way. So that's going to do it for this guide on how to augment your weapons in Generation Zero. I hope you all enjoyed. Now, if you have any other videos you'd like to see me cover or any questions, be sure to leave them down below in the comments. I reply to everyone. And whilst you're down there, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button as it's free, doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps me out honestly so much, especially with getting this channel to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. That's our goal. So if you guys could help me with that, that'd be awesome. And on another note, be sure to follow me over on Twitch at KilroyPlaysTTV, as you don't want to miss a Generation Zero stream. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.